And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick reminders, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way, when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, individual reads are back up and open, so if you're interested, please message or email me directly. Link is on main. And yeah, we set that up. So what are we looking at in this round of reads, Sag? We are looking at in your first and last for the month of February. First and last is a style reading where I do with aces on top, tens on the bottom. And as we move from one month to the next, one transition to the next, also what's coming in and what's going out. This is represented by the aces of water, earth, fire, and air, cups, pentacles, wands, and swords, respectively. What's new, what's developing, what's a new opportunity or a new emotional opening, or a renewal, depending on the context. And with their 10 counterparts on the bottom, conclusions, culminations, and endings. What have we learned or hope to gain from this? So as a preamble to the read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, when it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to purposefully misguide you or mislead you. That's really not why I do all this and put all this effort in to make sure that it's good, okay? We lay our cards out on the table, good or bad, come rain or come sunshine, and we talk about it. Right? Remember, this is just a conversation. So with all that being said, Sag, let's look at your first and last for the month of February. And yeah, let's see what the cards say. We're going to start over here with your Ace of Cups. Show us cards that we need to see, please, for the Sagittarius Collective. I felt something was coming. I didn't know it was that. Okay. I'll hold that down until we get to the next. It's so interesting because those came out particularly in the reverse. And what else? Does anything else want to fly out for Sag in that way? So it's cards that we need to see, please, for Sagittarius in this read. Okay. Guess we got to shuffle for it. Okay, that makes sense given the other two cards. So we have the Six of Swords, the notion of moving on and moving forward. Now, what flipped out in the reverse for you? First, we have the Sun, the happiest card ever. Now the total eclipse, a solar eclipse, we cannot see the sun right now. The notion that happiness is not there or is just completely eluding me. And the Eight of Cups, the pain of walking away, right? Whereas this is just a choice of abandonment, of having to leave something behind. I'm looking at a Sagittarius who, yeah, I left it behind, doesn't change where I feel or where I'm processing it right now. It's coming from a certain kind of place. I can see that because of the Six of Swords, the intentionality of action and forward movement. Putting that all together, Sag, not simply letting go, but intentionally, it's like you're cutting the cord either in a connection or an opportunity and saying, yeah, it's coming to its end. I do not like this at all. However, I'm trying to make myself steer this ship in rocky waters right now. I'm doing my best to leave this behind emotionally and properly for me. Okay, next to the Ace of Pentacles. So those cards that we need to see, please, and find the Ace of Pentacles for Sagittarius. What about solidified new opportunities that have presented themselves? Ooh, nice. However, that didn't hit the board, so I can't take. So those cards that we need to see, please, upon the Ace of Pentacles for Sag in this reading. Because, again, the only reason I'm imagining that's coming under your Ace of Cups right now, Sag, is that you're really trying to coach yourself around what, happiness and self-fulfillment look like right now. So, with that Ace of Pentacles, what do we see? Page of Wands. The optimism of what could be just around the corner. Queen of Swords. Hey, still gotta do what we gotta do. Why so? King of Wands. Yeah. The best thing that we can do is move on. The best thing that we can do is prepare for what's going on in the future. Now, I think you're having an intellectual versus emotional clash right now, where your heart is kind of battling your head, but it still comes to the same point that new opportunity comes where I make it. So I could sit here and, yeah, I had my time to cry about this. I had a lot of time to cry about this. But I'm also looking at a Sag who says, and life is lived outside of these four walls, right? There's a lot of life to go do. I have to go see it for and by myself. It doesn't change where I stand. I'm still feeling many kinds of ways about whatever I had to walk away from, but I got to pick myself up again and again. And it gets easier every time because I get stronger every time. Okay. Next to the Ace of Wands. So those cards are going to see, please. Define the Ace of Wands for Sag in this read. What defines the Ace of Wands for Sag in this read today? Two of Swords. Okay. Yeah, I can understand being emotionally fried from this. Why so? Seven of Swords. Are we lying to ourselves? What's going on here? Five of Wands. Okay. With an external conflict between you and whatever situation this is, we're still wondering, are we emotionally right or are we just running away? I want you to understand how you feel for a Sag. Otherwise, you're going to be moving in commotion, right? Yes, you feel like the best thing, at least from an intellectual standpoint, you have to get up, you have to move forward. And simultaneously, it feels like you're just kind of simulating the action moving forward. You know, you're in a simulation of life right now versus actually trying to tackle what you feel internally. And the reason I want you to have that stop for a second is that, yes, all this coming under your Ace of Wands, it represents duality, right? That Two of Swords, we may not have all the answers, or the answers might be confusing us right now, but we don't have to deceive ourselves about how we feel. It's not fun. We're not in an emotionally good place right now, and that's okay. What I don't want you to do is just constantly have to carry that and not realize there is good alongside whatever you deem to be bad. And that's what's come very clear underneath your Ace of Cups. You're energized, but the more that we try to run away from it, the more it's going to end up sprinting after us. Sit with the uncomfortable right now. Understand where you are. Don't get consumed by it. There's a lot of things that you got to go do right now. But the Ace of Wands, hey, you're up for the challenge. Don't run away from it, okay? We have to sit with the murkiness of it all. So, upon that Ace of Swords, show us cards we need to see, please, for Sag in this read. Define the Ace of Swords for Sagittarius. Interesting. However, those didn't come out, so I can't take. So the cards we need to see, please, for Sag in this read. Ten of Wands. Okay. Interesting enough. So what burden do we have to sit with? Queen of Cups. How do I show and give the best of me in a new opportunity ahead? It doesn't come from running away. It comes from being still. Underneath it all, Nine of Cups. Again, I'm looking at a Sagittarius who's still trying to go out, still trying to smile again, still trying to put on a great face, even if internally they feel like they're breaking apart or whatever's preoccupying them. The best of you doesn't come out just by going through the motions of what you think happiness should look like. The best of you comes out when you can sit still in the murkiness of it all, right? And realize I'm angry even when I experience happiness, but I can also be happy beyond anger, right? I'm looking at somebody who's very upset right now, and that is functionally and very accurately true. However, if you're saying that you're gearing for a new opportunity, then sitting with where you stand about particularly the action of leaving it behind, right? because you already made that intentional action. Now we had to sit with the aftermath of it. That is your truth right now, right? You may not emotionally, your heart may not have caught up to your head yet, but it's still suggesting that I want to give myself to better and new things. Then I can't shame myself over how I feel right now. I can't constantly run away from how I feel right now. How I feel right now is not fun, but it is necessary because it's trying to tell you something. Pain, even as a reactive emotion, is trying to tell you something, whether that be about a boundary, a lesson, or just who you are, right? You don't need to run away from that just to say, I'm going to simulate what happiness looks like rather than being happy. Sit with the murkiness, it will come with time. Okay. Next, we look at the 10, starting with that 10 of Cups. Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Sag in this read. Define that 10 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. With the comfortability of now, how are we defining that? The world, cycle's completion, in what way? Nine of Pentacles. Okay, good. Let me reframe that for you. So the 10 of Cups, again, with the murkiness of where it is right now, there's something about this uniquely for you, Sag, that's actually trying to present a new opportunity, believe it or not, right? I'm saying this because the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles are very slow moving, respectively. They are Earth, but even more so than slow moving. They know a good investment when they see one. They know how to maximize profit and opportunity. They know what their comfort level is. The reason why you're having all this pain, it's like, what's that term that they call from the psychological aspect? Behavioral extinction, right? That it is going to be the absolute worst before it all dissipates, right? The world, the cycle of completion that's happening right now, it's actually trying to push you to a better horizon, right? But the more we try to run away from getting at that ending, even though we've already started the process of walking away from whatever the situation this was, it's only prolonging that process, right? Believe it or not, even with the pain, even with everything that you're going through right now, you're harmonizing with where and what you need to be. I know it's not fun, but it is necessary. The world, everything is trying to get you to that place. Don't hold it back just because there's pain there. Pain can be a lesson too. Next, to the 10 of Pentacles. So it's cards we need to see, please. What about that foundation? Nice, High Priestess. Okay, let this be the lessons. Let our internal voice now come back out and have its argument laid out on the stand. Show us cards that we need to see, please. Define the 10 of Pentacles for Sagittarius in this read. Nine of Wands. Okay. Freedom of the spirit. Where are we? Yeah. Before I say what I say, I'm going to pull this last card because I really need to try to frame this right. Otherwise, it can come off as very offensive. Six of Swords. Still moving on, still moving forward. Going back to behavioral extinction, Sag. Yeah. You got to move forward, because there's actually an opportunity waiting for you. Like, you're internally with that High Priestess, you're becoming spiritually aligned with it, becoming more open to the idea of letting go whatever this was and moving forward. But until we make that stamp of approval, even if we don't like it and say this is what the plan is, we're going to be stuck in the cycle of repetition with what this past event was that got us stuck in the first place. It's not going to end until we say this is where it ends. And so what it's trying to teach you right now, Sag, what you're trying to move forward with is that, yeah, let me close it out early. Like, let's say, for example, you're moving out of a certain place. You got to decide what you're doing next. Make that plan right now. If we're going with X plan, maximize that opportunity right now, here and now, right? Don't just get caught up in the pain of what was in the old narrative or story or whatever where you were formerly. Even if you feel like you're on the exit, plan for that future right now. You'll be surprised what you find within once you put that stamp of approval on it. Okay. 10 of Wands. What about the burden that is carried? So it's the cards that we need to see, please, for Sag in this read upon the 10 of Wands. Ten of Swords. The reality that the ending don't change the fact that it's happening. You're on your way out. King of Swords. So make that decision right here, right now. Right? The King of Swords is one who, they got the sword, they know how to use it. That's why they're put at the lead. Right? That King of Swords is a decision maker. And so with the burden that's carried, the Sun. As soon as we can execute this plan, the happier we'll be. We have to make that decision right now. And this isn't coming from a space of desperation or rush. It's that you've sat way too long in this energy. If you want things to move forward in a better and more productive manner, tomorrow is starting now. Make the decision, move forward. Okay? Lastly, to the Ten of Swords. So it's cards we need to see, please, upon that Ten of Swords in the read. What finds the Ten of Swords with Sag in this read today? Okay, Five of Pentacles. At the end of the day, I still feel going back to the metaphor of the situation where, for example, you might be moving to a new city, or that has to be an option for you to move out in some way, shape, or form. We're worried about finances. Poverty and desperation, what does that mean right now? Or if it's a situation where you had to separate from a person or friend or just people in general, feeling left out and left behind, feeling betrayed. Take that action for you. It doesn't change where you feel. You understand very well how you feel. That's why you sat in it for so long. Lovers, card of Gemini. Okay. Particularly if this was an intimate partner relationship, and just the aftermath of everything that happened. Hey, we still are where we are, and we're still standing strong. Three of Swords. Heartbreak and remorse. It still bites, it still stings. I still think about what could have happened, and simultaneously it doesn't change where I am. Those both are true at the same time. Lastly, the Hangman. We'll be able to give better of ourselves with due time. Now it's about finding the time to close this chapter here and now. Okay? Next, define the major arcana stream across the table for Sag in this read. We first look towards the Sun and move forward. So this card we need to see, please, for Sagittarius in this read. Define the Sun in the reverse. Why does happiness feel it eludes us in this moment? The Devil, card of Capricorn. What's the easiest way I could say this, Sag? And I know the bottom was saying this, but now I gotta be, kind of a jerk and say it straight. You are preventing your own happiness by not moving on right now. I'm trying to be as nice as possible with this. I understand I'm not sign bashing. I would never try to purposely mislead anybody in the cards. But if we look at your ending row, right, with the tens, it's all saying a beautiful life is ahead of you once you are able to complete wherever you are right now. Here, we're intentionally holding on to our dissatisfaction with something that we already said we're walking away from. We have to be honest with ourselves. Is mulling over this going to change what has happened? No. Equally, will I be any happier than I was yesterday when I was thinking about this? No. So if we understand those two very simple conclusions, then the choice that we have to make is to move forward. Right. Next, to the world. Star, card of Aquarius. Good to pull the cards is the reason for the season. Hope, comfortability, opportunity, everything is actually located in the hope of the unknown right now. You have to close this chapter out. Tomorrow is starting now. But you will not get there unless you make the decision, put that stamp on the paper and say, I'm done. Time to make that plan, time to move forward. High Priestess, Page of Wands. Okay. Optimism. It's buried underneath a lot of shit right now. A lot of stuff. And I know I don't normally, swear in my videos, but this is a very heavy burden. I can already feel it coming on for you, Sag. Find your voice again. Find your truth. It's going to be there. It's going to be okay. But you have to trust your voice enough to make that leap. It gets louder once you allow it to speak. To the Sun. Knight of Wands. Okay. The Sun located with that Knight of Wands saying, hey, our freedom, going back to that Knight of Wands over here, our freedom is located in the choices that we make. The thing is, we have to make them first. It is that easy. And to the Lovers, Four of Swords. With whatever we first defined as being our life pathway, what that could be, relax. Absorb right now. Take all the time you need for you, but don't get stuck there because it's about the lesson, not necessarily the loss. Last, resolution. We're going to part of the resolution in this read. What's held in space of resolution for Sag in their journey today. Page of Cups. Happiness right now is located in the little things. Don't let the misery of whatever is going on elude you from basically what could be. There's a lot of happiness and a lot of things to go see. Let yourself go see it. Knight of Pentacles. The long-term investment. Take the action, make the steps right now. Here the steps look like closing out a chapter. Next, the steps are, well, now that I've laid out my game plans, my blueprints, options A, B, and C, what would that look like for me? Because underneath it all, Nine of Cups. Twice now, giving the best of me, let it come out with time. Observe, learn right now. That's why the Hangman is there. But two Nine of Cups, no, the best of me is waiting to be given. Now let me give to myself first. What I've seen you read today, Sag. Ooh, this is a lot. You have been stuck in a cycle of misery, particularly a pain you have not yet let go of. You have analyzed it from absolutely every single angle that you possibly could have. The same conclusion it comes is that, okay, it's not getting any better. I gotta put my stamp of approval on it and move on with my life. Right? There is all this beauty, everything that's waiting for you right now. If we could do the hard thing and say, this chapter's over. Period. That's all I got in your read today, Sag. Hope this conversation helped. And I get that it's tough. Moving on can be very scary, but so too is staying still. And right now I'm looking at a person who's saying, there is a new life waiting for me. The only thing that happens, the only way I can get there is if I'm brave enough to go see it. And maybe that is what it is. I'll see you around, okay? Take care.